Hey, Dr. Gene here. We are going to be doing a 7-day stress reset coming up on March 9th. And just want to spend a couple minutes sharing why this is so important. Stress is a huge factor when it comes to our health and our wellness, which is how we perceive ourselves in our world, how we experience our world. And most people don't quite understand the significance of it. So I'm going to share a few things. One, you can do all the right supplements, the right diet, to handle the toxicities, all that stuff. But if you don't get the inner stress handled, none of that will actually work long term. And so a couple of things. What does stress mean? Stress typically occurs when we are having thoughts about the future or the past and they're replaying, and it affects our physiology, how our body works. And just as an example, if you're watching a thriller movie and you're sitting there eating your popcorn and something happens and you get startled, inside your body everything just changed: your heart rate, your blood pressure, your structure, your dilation of your eyes, blood vessels, all of it, in reaction to what is just a movie. It's not even real. And so when we're thinking about the future, he's going to say that, she's going to say that, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, or the past, he said that, she said that, and you're playing this movie in your head, your body doesn't know it's not real. It reacts as if. And we've all experienced this. If you've ever been stressed and you felt like your muscles tighten and your face get flushed and your heart rate increase, that's the stress response. Sometimes it happens so often that we don't even realize it's happening anymore. But stress physiology, totally natural in response to, an event or a threat, as it were. But when we're stuck in it all the time, it really takes away from our ability to heal. So the nerve system, the autonomic nerve system, is the part that runs the things that we don't have to. So you don't have to tell your heart how many times to beat per minute, your blood vessels dilate or contract. All the glands and organs are under the control of this autonomic nerve system. And it's broken down into two functional parts. One is called the sympathetic nerve system. The other is called the parasympathetic nerve system. The sympathetic is your get up and go, fight or flight. We've all experienced that. And parasympathetic is like your digestion and healing. Eat a big spaghetti meatball dinner. What do you want to do? Sit on the couch, Thanksgiving dinner, right? The body goes into parasympathetic mode. Typically, most people are sympathetic dominant and do not have enough parasympathetic activity. We used to do heart rate variability graphs on everybody, and everybody's way over in the sympathetic and not enough parasympathetic. And to the degree of the less parasympathetic activity people had, the more severe their symptoms were in their situation. So this physiology, while it's totally natural, is damaging to the body. Our resources, it takes resources, it takes energy to be in that stress physiology that's taken away from the ability to heal. And when we're stuck in that stress physiology, we just don't heal. It affects our brain function. So when we're stressed out, as human beings, we have this prefrontal cortex, very developed, more developed than any other species I'm aware of. And it's love, creativity, what's my purpose in life? Wow, it's a beautiful flower. It's also the part of our brain that helps us process information. If we might say, wow, every time I eat a McDonald's hamburger, I get sick, I think I'm not going to do that anymore. That's a frontal cortex thing. So it just happens when we're stressed, we're less able to adapt and change in life, making changes in our habits and things like that. Also, it makes it harder for us to be in a relationship with others or clearly communicate and connect with others. And again, you've probably had that situation where sometimes you're like, I just can't talk about this right now. What does that mean? It means that we don't have the resources. So what happens in this stress physiology is the body says, well, right now we're in survival mode and we don't need love, creativity, what's my purpose in life? We just need to react in the lower brain. Totally appropriate when you're in survival, but not appropriate ongoing. Another thing it affects is the function of the digestive system. Again, in parasympathetic mode, that's when we go and our digestive system works and breaks down our foods and gets us the nutrients and all that. But in sympathetic mode, stress mode, the body says, well, right, we'll deal with you later. We're dealing with a crisis now. So that has a huge impact on the digestive system. And then, if you've done any kind of work with me and my team, then you realize that how important the digestive system is in everything else in your health. Specifically inflammation, hormone conversion, nutrient intake, detoxification, all of it very important there with the sympathetic parasympathetic balance. Inflammation itself is a huge thing. So inflammation increases with stress. Our brain functions differently. our digestive system's off, we don't have the resource for healing. So many things that are affected. And you could be, like I said, doing all the things right, the right nutrition, handling your toxicities. But if we don't handle that piece of it, we're just not getting better. So we're going to do this 7-day reset, which I'm going to share insights from many years. I've been doing this for 31 years, and I started out mostly just in this realm of stress and stress handling techniques. And so we're gonna go over several different things. We're gonna put some easy things that are gonna be easy to put into place, a couple of minutes a day, and build some good habits, and give some great insights on what to do to change this stress physiology pattern and really enhance your healing and your well-being at the same time. So if you're in our school group, obviously this will be available to you in there. If not, you can join our group for free. We'll share a link. But look forward to seeing you on the 9th for the 7-day stress reset.